Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is my first video on a series of videos where it's very unstructured. My aim is to do one of these per week, and it is simply talking about games and whether they are truly great still. I mean, this game currently that I'm playing is Battlefield 1, and I've been playing it now pretty much since I got it from launch. Please excuse my terrible gameplay, because what I'm essentially doing, this is just going to be a very unstructured, very free roam. I'm just going to speak while playing a couple of matches. I will do some brief editing, but we don't really need too much in it, because this is mainly a case of my opinions on games, and kind of where some games stand nowadays. Now, Battlefield is a franchise that I have adored. I have played it since... I've played pretty much every single Battlefield at this point. And I think I'm one of the few people who actually genuinely like Battlefield 4. I don't know why I like it, I just do. I think it's a good game still. And my kind of issue with this game is that the whole business model that DICE and EA have kind of had since, well, Battlefield 3 has been a case of every couple of months they begin to release different amounts of content. Obviously, it's all DLC. If you have fucking premium, then you can get it all really, really quick and have fun. Now, typically DICE's business model is shit, and so am I. Typically a business model is not very good. Most of the time, they have the system where, unless you are part of their fucking premium programs, you aren't really going to be given much. Most of the content is genuinely locked behind paywalls. Now, luckily with the other games, what they've done is they've essentially made it so that instead of having to wait 6 to 8 months for decent content to come out, they pretty much gave you it pretty soon. Like, I mean, Battlefield 4, actually, yeah, to put it into comparison, Battlefield 4, by the time of this DLC's first release, had, I believe, 3 DLCs already out, which meant, of course, that was a lot of content. I mean, yes, it was still restricted behind a paywall, which is fair enough. That's their business model. I don't agree with their business model, but, you know, I suppose if you're a hardcore fan, yeah, you can get premium. You can get the greatest experience on Battlefield. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I think it should be fair for everyone. I think everyone should have a great chance to kind of enjoy the game that they're playing. Yeah, I don't mind having some things behind a paywall, but at least maps. Bring maps for everyone, because if not, you essentially lose half your player base. I mean, I know at the end of Battlefield 1's life cycle near enough, I mean, technically it still exists now, but prior to this game being released, they actually decided to just give away all DLCs for free. That was great. But for all those bloody ninkum fucking poops who decided, fuck it, right, I'm going to buy premium straight up, they essentially got robbed of their money, because yes, they got the content 2 years early, on the... lol. Why do people fucking not go away from those grenades? Yeah, like... Thank you. Yeah, for all those people who decided it was a good idea to kind of pay up front and then get all the content that they ever wanted, well, I'm sorry, but you've all just been kicked in the teeth. Now, I know that EA are probably going to do exactly the same thing to this game, because it's fucking EA and they're scummy in terms of their business. I hate them in terms of that. I think everyone on PC has a tendency to hate EA. Because, well, they have so many faults, I'm not even going to go into it, that's a fucking separate video altogether. But I digress. This game has issues. Now, when it first got released, it was, of course, the new World War I shooter. It was gonna be amazing. It was promised to be something fantastic. And I shit you not, it feels, it looks, it plays beautifully. Can't deny it, it looks stunning. I mean, for recording, I can't put it maxed out settings, because I can't keep stable frame rate, unfortunately, but I'm still running this on high. And I shit you not, this game is gorgeous. Like, I am truly glad I bought this game. Like, I literally bought it day fucking one near enough. I love it. It's beautiful. The guns feel amazing. I mean, yes, this weapon is slightly... Actually, it's not slightly. This is a fucking new weapon. Automatico, it's called. It's literally a kettle. It rinses everything. It melts everyone in the game. There is no weapon that can compare to this, in this game anyway. Basically any weapon, other than Modern Warfare 2 will probably equal this. I mean, just look at this. This is a factory version, by the way. It's very good variants. I'll probably do a video just on variants. Also, please do not get me known as a Battlefield YouTuber. I am doing Battlefield content only to prove a point about Battlefield games. This is just a little rant of mine. Come on, revive me, you come on, medic! 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 Please! Fuck yous. Yeah, I love this game. It is amazing. I like probably the best element is one, it's graphics, and two, it's snipers. Snipers feel amazing. Also, ballistic drop got reduced heavily. Got no idea why. It just feels like it doesn't really exist that much in this game, especially compared to Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. But I don't know. I mean, it could just be because I haven't played them for quite a long time now. I don't notice it, but I have heard from a few people that it seems like ballistic drop is not dead, but different. Very, very, very different. Sorry, I fucking love that anyway. Oh, going for a third then. But yeah, off topic. Sorry about that. This game is amazing, and its business model is fucked. Kinda said that a lot at this point. But my issue is this game is quite stale now. I was hammering Overwatch. I was playing Overwatch a hell of a lot. I thought Overwatch was an amazing game. Until, of course, its ranking system went to shit last season. That's fair enough, but by the way, in terms of context of it, it would have been Season 3 ranking system went bad. I know a lot of YouTubers would tend to put a lot of videos out just explaining that. Fair enough. If you want to look that up, look up Overwatch Season 3. If you want to find out more about that, I'm not going to fucking sit here and start talking about it. Because as far as I'm aware, I should never really bother to play that game anymore. Because as much as I have spent so much money in it, it has given me nothing back. However, I have put a lot of hours into that game. And it didn't get stale for me. Like, even now, in terms of its content that's constantly getting released, in terms of things that can keep you engaged, I think that game actually works better than this one does. Because they do, they do seasonal events, the loot box system, just the whole grind behind it. Yes, it's a pain. Yes, it's a fucking massive pain in the ass. But it works. It works really well. I mean, Blizzard have never really made... I don't think Blizzard ever made a bad game, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm not a Blizzard fanboy. Don't get me wrong, I am not a Blizzard fanboy. But I will admit their games are fantastic. What they make is brilliant. The DLC content tends to be relevant. It seems to work within their universe. You know, they don't have a terrible business model like EA tend to do. But this game's content is an issue. This game is an issue. Now, I may have just been defeated then, but I kind of feel like Battlefield is currently being defeated too. Battlefield 1 is not a bad game, but it has been given the wrong treatment by EA. The business model does not work properly. Their content gets stale too fast. Because there are 5... You know what? I'm going to quit this. Show you. I'm going to show you the menus. Hopefully this doesn't exit. It shouldn't. As far as I'm aware, of course. It will just quit because this game has some of the worst loading times I've ever known in a game. Also, the fucking frame rate. You can see that in the top corner. I'm running fraps because I need to see whether it's stable myself on my recording and the game itself. Because obviously I don't want to be playing a game at 30 FPS. I still want to run 60 so it can actually feel good. Oh my dear god, this... Sorry for blaspheming, but wow. Right, so, you load Battlefield. Loads up into this. Lovely layout and things, I'll give it that. You know, I do like it. Go into your multiplayer, you can choose Operations, Quick Match, say there are custom games. Now in Quick Match, you can then choose whatever game mode you feel fit. Conquest, of course, it's classic Battlefield. You fight over massive points across a massive map. Brilliant. Domination, you basically do the same, but it's about half, and there's... well, no vehicles. But it's just no vehicles. It's alright. Operations is the new game mode. Now, Operations, I do not play that much, simply because the matches are about 50 minutes long if it's a good one. It's a very long one. It really wears you down after a while. It's fantastic though. Literally, it's a massive version of Rush, which is the one underneath. It is, you have to rush 2 objectives, you have 250 lives to do it. If you capture them, you get rated on how quickly you did it, and kind of do it again. It's really strange how it works. You capture 2 points, then there might be 3 on the next or 2 on the next. Operations are basically what they sold the game on. Like, if you, literally, it has its own separate one. Operations, there we go. New to the Battlefield series, it's this crazy ass game mode. Basically, along all the maps, like, it will basically put like 3 of the maps together or 2 of the maps, and it will make you fight over them in like stages of Rush. That's why it takes so long. I mean, Rush doesn't take very long. It's quite a short game mode, but Rush is good. It can last long as well, because if you capture the first 2, then there's like 7 of those 2 points to capture along the way. Very hard, very fun though. Team Deathmatch, everyone fucking knows how that works. It's basic. I love the description. What is it? The side with the most kills will be victorious. Doesn't state what it is. It's just a battle for survival. War Pigeons is my all-time favourite game mode, I think, at this point. This is fucking brilliant. Find messenger pigeons, send messages to your support and artillery to take out the enemies. If you have never played War Pigeons, I suggest you go out and you go and fucking play War Pigeons in your friends, or even in your house if you already have Battlefield. Go and play this game mode. It is fucking brilliant. Literally, it's Team Deathmatch, but with a twist. So, obviously, you have to capture the flag in Call of Duty, say. Run around, grab a flag, take it to another place. This is capture the flag, run around with it, go prone so it charges faster, and then release the bastard and hope it doesn't get shot down. Because you can shoot pigeons in this game, and it's through this game mode. Not gonna spoil it more than that, just literally, if you like a game mode where you run at something, you pick something up, you have to hold it with your team for like, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute, something like that. You can, basically, if you go prone, it'll charge faster. And then you have to run around, release it, and hope that some fucker with an LMG or a sniper either hasn't headshotted you, or is about to headshot the fucking pigeon. Because that is one weak-ass pigeon. I mean, they didn't fit fucking armor for pigeons. Not back then, anyway. I mean, probably could now, I mean. Can I get armor for anything, though? Yeah. They're your fucking 6 game modes. Conquest and Rush put together is operations. Team Deathmatch and War Pigeons, there isn't much difference. As much as I love War Pigeons, it is literally Team Deathmatch. It's just the agenda is not kill each other. The agenda is kill the fucker who has the pigeon and the surrounding teammates, because there's only about 8 of the fuckers. It's very small scale, by the way, so it's very fun to do. It is, I think it's 12v12, just a basic one. Still more than COD servers normally, I think, if I get that right. But it's a fun game mode. But these are kind of rehashes of each other. There isn't much to them. Sorry about anyone's eyes. If you're epileptic, please don't watch this. What they did was, what I did was, I mentioned about the DLC. Now, the DLC was released about 2 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was called They Shall Not Pass. What they've done is they basically included their own version of the fucking setup for them. So they've put Conquest for They Not Shall Pass, Domination, Rush, Team Deathmatch. They did introduce a new game mode called Frontlines, which is just like a hybrid Rush Conquest. I'm not gonna question it. I'm not a fan of it. It's not very good. It's like Tug of War, but Rush version. It's not very good. If you've played it, or if you play Battlefield, you don't need to bother with this game mode. You may like it. I personally don't. I'm more of a War Pigeons kind of guy in Rush. This does not feel like a good game mode. But in all their times, this game's been out since October of 2016. We're currently now in April. It's currently the 8th of April, 2017. Now that is, if I get it right, is that 6 months? I think that's 6 months. At least I can count. Yeah, it's that at that amount of time. And they have released 1 DLC in that time. Battlefield 4 had 3. Yes, they were behind a paywall. Yes, this is also behind a paywall. But that is 1 piece of DLC. Now, they did release the Giant Shadow, which was 1 map. for free for everyone. I find that unacceptable. What they have done is they have given everyone this little teaser and said, okay, we can give you more content, but you need to wait 6, 8, 10 months for something substantial, which means you then get enough time to pay for that substantial thing. Now, They Shall Not Pass is a terrible DLC. The maps on it are uninteresting. I mean, there's one which I think is kind of Flanders Field-esque because it has the poppy fields. It looks beautiful. Some of the maps do look very good, like Verdun Heights, which is the new operations mode where you literally run up a fucking mountain thing. I'm gonna call it a mountain thing. It's like it's basically a mountain forest. You run up and you charge it, but it's a massive bunker that you've got to get up. Like, I imagine if you could go through the map, I imagine there will be a giant bunker there. That's really, really beautiful. There is fire all around, and the more you play it, the more the place sets alight. And until you're playing in this kind of red haze, it looks beautiful. But that does not make the DLC good. There are 4 maps. Verdun Heights is good. It is very good. But it feels a little empty. Especially if you're the side that's defending. I always thought the the defender side of that would do better because it's their bunker they're defending. It would make more sense for that to occur. That doesn't occur, unfortunately. That is something very strange. That is great. The Flanders Field map, it looks gorgeous. I'm going to call it that. I don't know if it is right. Please do not flame me because of that. I'm terribly sorry if that is wrong. I'm just presuming it because of the amount of poppies. It looks beautiful. The other 2 maps, which are Soissons and Fort Vaux. Fort Vaux is not bad either. But even the poppy map and Soissons are not very good maps. Soissons is, if you're great in a tank or great in an aeroplane, you will dominate constantly. It's not very good. For anyone who likes infantry, like sniping, I mean, you can't sit about on that map, unfortunately. It's quite disappointing. You know, you go down, you go prone, you ready, shoot. No, that doesn't happen. The tank comes around the fucking corner and kills you. Doesn't fucking happen. That is disappointing. So what they've released in 6 months is 2 maps that are decent. Fort Vaux, which is... I'm going to class that as... Actually, you know, I'll class Fort Vaux and I'll class Verdun Heights as the good maps. Because Fort Vaux is similar to... a map of Battlefield 4, actually. The Snowy Mountain map, I'm going to call it. It was in the base game, and it was the prison, basically, the indoor prison inside the mountain. Everyone will know that map. It was cool. It was really fucking good, because it was so tight, it was compact, it was hard to fight in. Like, if you know all the lines of sights and spawns and things, you were great. That's what Fort Vaux feels a lot like. You're kind of inside a giant bunker instead. I imagine it will be the bunker that will be underneath Verdun Heights, if you actually explored it that way. It's really good. Honestly, it's really, really good. I would highly recommend those 2 maps. But I could not say in all my heart to anybody out there who owns the base game of Battlefield that you should go out and pay such and such money on this fucking game. Well, the DLC anyway. I completely disagree that any of you should ever do that. Now, I'm sorry this has been quite a long rant. My rant point is meant to be Battlefield 1 is a very good game. It feels very good. It looks stunning. It plays quite fun as well. But EA and their ridiculous fucking business models are pissing me off. They do not release enough content. They do not release it in the right schedules. They do not release it to the right people, because obviously premium is locked. I own premium. Okay, that is an issue. I do own it. I am fucking subject to their business model. I am manipulated by them. But I will accept that EA need to sort things out, and I am not happy with how much money I do pay on this game. I would advise anyone who hasn't played it, play it, see if you like it, go out and buy it. I would advise buying the base game itself. I think it's very good. But do not buy its DLCs until all of them are out, or until one of them gets amazing reviews. Because this game is not worth the money. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and I will have more content out shortly. Over and out.